Conquer yourself rather than the world. Doubt is the origin of wisdom. The greatest minds are capable of the greatest vices as well as of the greatest virtues. I desire to live in peace and to continue the life I have begun under the motto, to live well you must live unseen. It is not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well. You just keep pushing. I made every mistake that could be made, but I just kept pushing. It is only prudent never to place complete confidence in that by which we have even once been deceived. To live without philosophizing is in truth the same as keeping the eyes closed without attempting to open them. The reading of all good books is like conversation with the finest men of past centuries. In my opinion, all things in nature occur mathematically. Common sense is the most widely shared commodity in the world, for every man is convinced that he is well supplied with it. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. Except our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. Perfect numbers like perfect men are very rare. Divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. Give me extension and motion, and I will construct the universe. We never understand a thing so well and make it our own as when we have discovered it for ourselves. There is nothing so strange and so unbelievable that it has not been said by one philosopher or another. In order to seek truth, it is necessary once in the course of our life to doubt, as far as possible, of all things. And thus, the actions of life often not allowing any delay, it is a truth very certain that, when it is not in our power to determine the most true opinions, we ought to follow the most probable. Truths will be discovered by an individual rather than a whole people. The first precept was never to accept a thing as true until I knew it as such without a single doubt. One cannot conceive anything so strange and so implausible that it has not already been said by one philosopher or another. We do not describe the world we see. We see the world we can describe. Because reason is the only thing that makes us men and distinguishes us from the beasts, I would prefer to believe that it exists in its entirety in each of us. It is in the nature of our mind to construct general propositions on the basis of our knowledge of particular ones. Our convictions result from custom and example very much more than from any knowledge that is certain. There is nothing more ancient than the truth. An optimist may see a light where there is none, but why must the pessimist always run to blow it out? I could not possibly be of such a nature as I am, and yet have in my mind the idea of a God, if God did not in reality exist. By God, I understand a substance which is infinite, independent, supremely intelligent, supremely powerful. When I was examining what I was, I realized that I could pretend that I had no body, but I could not pretend in the same way that I did not exist. With me, everything turns into mathematics. The two operations of our understanding, intuition and deduction, on which alone we have said we must rely in the acquisition of knowledge. These long chains of perfectly simple and easy reasonings, by means of which geometers are accustomed to carry out their most difficult demonstrations, had led me to fancy that everything that can fall under human knowledge forms a similar sequence. Mathematics is a more powerful instrument of knowledge than any other that has been bequeathed to us by human agency. Among all those who up to this time made discoveries in the sciences, it was the mathematicians alone who had been able to arrive at demonstrations. If we possessed a thorough knowledge of all the parts of the seed of any animal, we could from that alone deduce the whole conformation and figure of each of its members. Each problem that I solved became a rule which served afterwards to solve other problems. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. And thus, the actions of life often not allowing any delay, it is a truth very certain that, when it is not in our power to determine the most true opinions, we ought to follow the most probable. Give me extension and motion, and I will construct the universe.